ignoring this rock and roll stuff anymore. Every hotel and club in the country's wiring for information.
Hello, Groove Dogs. Welcome to the Runaway Radio Rewind, a program that looks and listens back to the heyday of one of America's truly great radio stations, the legendary and late KLOL. It's the Runaway Radio Rewind. And now, here's your host, Steve Robinson.
Welcome. It's time for the Runaway Radio Rewind. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, but now it is back to business. Today we hear from Dayna Steele. She was a staple in the Rock 101 days, and she's got some great stories you'll want to hear. And I guess we could throw on a classic Uncle Waldo for you, so kick back, enjoy it. It's the Runaway Radio Rewind.
How did you get involved with KLOL in the first place?
Well, growing up listening to KLOL, the big jock was Crash, and when I was at Dulles High School, you weren't cool if you couldn't get up in the morning and go, yeah, I heard Crash, fall asleep or lock himself out of the studio again, and the record would go, you weren't cool if you missed, that. And when I got into radio on a dare at Texas A&M, and I accepted a job as a secretary at what was then Y94. It was a rock station. And, just to get my foot in the door. And once I started doing that, I think I applied at KLOL either 3 or 4 times. The first time with Jackie McCauley. Jackie was somebody told me Jackie's raising goats in New Zealand now. She's one of the people I can't find. But Jackie she was this African-American woman who was the program director of a rock station in America, which was just unheard of then. And she had just the most amazing voice. And I was so enamored with Jackie. And I went and interviewed to get a job at KLOL, and it was basically, girlfriend, you need a lot more experience. So I went back several times. And actually what happened was in 1982, they were doing the Texas Jam at the Houston Astrodome. And one of the jocks, there was a big joke around the radio station because somebody called once on the request line and said, why don't you play more Zepp, ya effers? And so that to this day, among KLOL staffers, you will hear KLOL staffers say, hey, play more Zepp, ya effers. And, she actually said it live on the air, and there was no delay or anything. Right. And it was, back at a time where that was definitely one of the 7 words you didn't say. And so she was let go, and I was given her shift, which was, I think, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. So I finally got my foot in the door. I remember I had to go to Kelly Temps or whatever they were called back then and get a job during the week, trying to make some money to pay rent. But I had my foot in the door. I was at KLOL, and not long after that, they gave me 10 to 2 in the evening. No, midnight to 6. They gave me midnight to 6, which is a horrible shift. No matter how many times you tell your mother, I sleep during the day, she would call me and go, wait, you asleep? Yes, I am. So it just went from there. Part-time on the weekends because she said more Zepp, ya effers, to midnight to 6, to evenings 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., to middays, to morning drive, to middays, to afternoon drive, to middays. My God-given time slot, middays.
That seems to be where it all comes back to. What do you remember about the arrival of Stevens and Pruitt at KLOL?
How excited Pat Fant was. Pat Fant was just so excited. And, he told me all kinds of stories about them from Dallas. And so we had no idea what to expect. And, they were just, it was such a love-hate relationship on the part of the entire staff with Stevens and Pruitt. I even say to this day when people say, oh, are you still in touch? Do you guys keep in touch? I said, we're like a really big, close-knit, dysfunctional family who love and hate each other at the same time. But when you're needed, you all come together. When Jimmy died, we all came together. When Kevin died, we all came together. When somebody's in need, we all come together. And so many of them have rallied behind me, no matter what their their politics are. They've still rallied behind me and the fact that I'm running for Congress. So we're a big family. It was just a lot of excitement, and it was a lot of, oh my God, we're going to be fined every single day. I thought I was a bad girl. I always said that if I didn't get called into the general manager's office, whoever it was that week, at least once, if I didn't get called in at least once a week for something I said on the air, then I wasn't pushing the envelope. I wasn't doing my job. And Stevens and Pruitt came in, and the rest of us could pretty much get away with anything because they pushed it so far.
There's obviously a lot of radio stations and a lot of cities and a lot of radio stations in any given city. Why was KLOL different? Why was it special? Why does it today still have people who think of it and remember it the way they do?
Because we loved Houston. And Houston is a very, very special city. It still is. We are the most diverse city in the United States. We speak 142 different languages, but it still feels like a small hometown. We all take care of each other. And you could not pick up KLOL and drop us in any other city. We were Houston-centric. Many of us had been born and raised, or if not born and lucky enough to be born and raised in Houston, we had adopted Houston, and we genuinely cared. I remember one of the first times an HPD officer was killed in the line of duty, and first time in forever. I mean, within minutes, we were, getting the broadcast van, calling the Hard Rock, calling the press. Within an hour, we were all set up to broadcast it live for as long as it took. And I think we raised $300,000 with people just coming by after work, coming by during lunch, because we could do that sort of thing. Once we were bought by, what was it, whoever that became Clear Channel, the evil empire. You couldn't do that anymore because everything needed a focus group. It needed a poll. It needed to go up the chain of command. I would say if I had to pick one reason we were so beloved is because we were owned by a beloved Houston family, the Jones family, Jones Fountain, Jones Road, Jones Hall. And we were allowed to love our city and do whatever it took to be involved in the city.
Brian Shannon on the Runaway Radio Rewind. Hey, it's Steve Robinson. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Runaway Radio Rewind. You can also keep in touch with us via runawayradiorewind.com. Here's this week's Uncle Waldo for you.
There you go, Butter. Raising the curtain on another Uncle Waldo adventure.
Good yank. Jeepers, you fine arts lovers wherever you are. Time to kick back and enjoy those legendary Stevens and Pruitt Not Ready for Network Players starring in Uncle Waldo, teenage disgruntled pet owner type person.
From Sweden?
No.
Oh, yeah, from Sweden.
Come on, you're Sweden.
He's from Sweden.
It's International Week.
From Sweden, you
Just
beat
read
off.
the damn script. That's what it says.
Uncle Waldo,
What?
teenage disgruntled pet owner from Sweden.
From Sweden. Yeah.
Type person.
All right.
In Act 1, Scene 1, Uncle Waldo goes to Big Bruno's pet shop. Hello.
Oh, hi there, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Did you ring the bell when you came in?
Yingo yango.
Yeah, okay. Just checking. Yeah, okay. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a problem.
You what? Yeah. You have a problem?
Yeah, I really do. I'm gonna drop this bogus accent. I just try to impress you, but, see...
You mean you're not really from Sweden like the announcer said?
No, I just moved here.
Foul!
Well, I just moved
See, that's
here.
what I still hear. Fouls all over the place. Little joke there. In the bird business, everybody's going, ha, 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 ha. What do you want?
Well, if you don't solve this problem, I'm gonna have to kick you in the Yingo Yangles. This macaw here. See this macaw?
Yeah, I see him. Yeah.
Look
What
at that
about
beak. See
Yeah.
how sharp that thing is?
Bite me.
That thing has been poking holes in my sofa. I had a fine leather sofa.
Excuse
It
me,
poked
sir.
holes-
That can't be your bird. That bird was in here when you walked in. Can't be your bird. That's my bird.
There's a bird up out here yesterday.
No, it isn't. That bird was here when you walked in the door.
Yes, sir. That's my
Right.
birdie. No, sir. Don't be...
Shut up, bird.
Maybe I'd like to buy that bird.
You would.
Yeah.
Ah, should've
You trying to get out of here with a bird? You trying to pull one on me or something? What is your problem?
Should have stuck with the accent.
What is the problem here?
I bought this bird here, and he's got a very, very sharp beak.
Oh, got a sharp bit. This is your bird?
Yeah!
I thought it was my bird.
I bought him here yesterday.
These damn macaws, they all look alike, don't they?
Of course they look
I'm
alike.
sorry, sir. Well, if he...
Mine is different. Just a second. Will you shut up?
I'm the real macaw.
You had to get that line in, didn't you? You idiot, you.
That's another thing.
I'll tell you what you do. All you have
You
to
see
do...
that thimble that I got taped over his pecker there?
Yeah.
That beak is so sharp.
That's a pecker guard.
A what?
A pecker guard.
Yeah.
Invented by Dr. Pecker.
Really? You learn so much in a pet shop. But seriously, this bird is a danger. He's going to poke me in the eye.
All you have to do is foul the beak a little bit.
Just file the beak?
Here's a bird file for his beak.
How much is that?
$89.32.
$89?
You want the bird perk? You want him poking holes in your eyes? And look at your face. You look like General Noriega. Now take this, take the bird home, file his beak. I'll see you later. Now stop bothering me.
Here's a check. Time passes. 1 week later, Uncle Waldo returns to the pet shop.
Yeah, what?
Yango, you son of a bitch.
Are you upset about something?
Yeah, I want my money back.
You want your money back?
Yeah.
What for?
I gave you the $89.
$89? Did you file your bird's beak down there?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Well, you filed the beak too much. That's the problem.
I did not have followed your directions exactly.
You filed the beak down too much. That's why he's dead?
No, it's not true.
Well, what do you mean it's not true?
Well, before I even filed his beak,
Yeah.
he was dead when I took him out of the vice.
You've been listening to the Runaway Radio Rewind. Join us next week for more memories and goodness for the intelligentsia from the people who made the former KLOL what it was. Find us online at runawayradiorewind.com and be sure to grab your Runaway Radio gear. You can find the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Google Play. Show us your dog, and we'll see you next week on the Runaway Radio Rewind.